Hey beautiful, how are you? This is Ali Wacek, mom, Latina, founder of Square One and the host of the Life Experiment Show. This is your space if you want to redesign your life on your own terms and live a life that is fulfilling and meaningful, a life that is filled with purpose and joy, and most importantly, design on your terms. In today's episode, I want to share something with you that I've been learning over this last week. It's been a hectic few weeks for me. I've been doing several courses and trainings for me. Upskilling is my thing. I'm obsessed with learning new things, but I'm also very obsessed at the moment with applying the things that I'm learning. And one of the things that I learned, or that I kind of put together, is a very cool, awesome framework that I have been using in my business with our students. But I've also been learning from an incredible business owner that you might know called John Asaraf. He's an incredible entrepreneur with over 41 years of experience, but he is someone who at the moment specializes mostly on programs and courses and training all around rewiring your brain. I have in fact done a lot of his courses, one on money mindset and one on procrastination, and they have been life-changing. Last year I did one of his procrastination courses, and that was the reason why I was able to launch a 12-week program that didn't take off. That's another story, but I did it. I had been procrastinating on it for over four years, and so it was really incredible. And there's a couple of the things that he's been teaching this week, and I've been also applying with our students that I want to share with you. And it's essentially 4 questions, and these questions are going to be really, really important if there is something you don't know yet how to create, or you don't know yet how to make happen, but you're very keen to understand how you can get there. So I want to share these 4 questions, and they're going to be life-changing, especially if you are in a space right now where you feel there is a gap from where you at to where you want to be. And I'm going to give you this framework because it's going to be quite incredible for you to have John share it with us, as our students, but I also want to share it with you because I have been using it with a lot of my students at Square One. So I'm going to share it with you now. The first question, if you want to create something in your life, you don't know how to do it. The first question is, what do I want to achieve? Really be very, very clear as to what that is, and systematically really write down what that is. Our brains really get connected to that goal or that dream once we actually write it down. So it is very important that you actually write down, what do I want to achieve, and make it really, really, really clear. Be very specific. Make it time. Put a time constraint against it. Put resources against it. Put what is it that you need? What is it that you want to achieve? The second question is, am I committed or am I interested? John talks about this all the time. And it is really cool to think when you say, I want to exercise more, or I want to lose weight, or I want to have a better relationship with my partner, or I need to be a better parent. You need to really dig deep and ask yourself, am I interested or am I committed? Because there is a difference. If you're interested, it means you kind of want to do it, but you're really not going to make it happen. If you're committed, it doesn't matter whether you're riding on that wave and you're on the top, or whether you're at the bottom, but you're riding that wave. And so commitment really creates that sense of drive. And I can tell you, once you are committed, it is really incredible what happens with the neural pathways on your brain. It is really incredible what happens with your energy, your dopamine, and how your hormones actually start releasing differently. So that commitment would actually have ripple effects on those goals that you want to achieve but don't know how. The third question is, what is the mindset, the beliefs, the habits, and perspectives that I need to be very clear on using so I can therefore achieve that goal of what I want to achieve? So is what's the mindset and beliefs, habits, and routines? A few years ago, I was in a space where I knew I needed to focus on my mental health. As an entrepreneur, especially as a new entrepreneur, it is really complicated, tricky, and overwhelming to be an entrepreneur. You don't know what you're doing most of the time. You're on Google asking questions and asking people, and so it could be really confusing. And my mental health reached, like a space where I needed to focus on myself. And I started really focusing on my habits and routines. And I created, through a program, that I was part of at the time, an incredible routine. And to this day, I maintain that. I wake up between 4 and 5 a.m. I drink water every day. I make my bed. I exercise. I meditate. I journal. I do EFT tapping. I do so much. I have a third space. I have a playlist to make me feel in a certain way. There is so many tools, right? So many tools. And we teach them. I teach them. I tell people, I tell my friends, I tell everyone. I tell you what those are. But if you do not know what are those mindset, beliefs, and habits and perspectives that you need to have, how are you gonna get there? It's kind of like wanting to go for a swim, but you're like, oh, do I put a coat on? Do I put jeans on? Or do I put a swimsuit on? You really got to start thinking, what are those tools that you're going to need, right? Or what are those tools that you're going to need? And building a space for you to make it happen, it is really important. So I really challenge you to think, what are the mindsets, what are the beliefs that exist in this moment in time that I don't have? Is it that I have limiting beliefs? Is it that I don't believe I can achieve success? Is it that some other people don't believe in me? Is it that I don't believe in myself? Is it that I'm a procrastinator? Is it that I do not believe this could be successful? Is it that I feel that if I'm successful, I will disappoint some other people? What are those beliefs that you have? But what are the beliefs that you need to have? And so this is when the decluttering of beliefs and fears really comes in. And there is a whole process to do this, guys. I'm not sharing the behind the scenes of this, but just asking that question is going to take you so far, and it's going to be really important. So that was question number 3. Question number 4 is, what are the behaviors? So when you think of the things that you got to do on a regular basis, you got to behave in a certain way. Those behaviors are actually giving you certain changes in your system, and they create a space of change and a space of traction and a space of success, because you will see that you're slowly making progress. But you need to have the right behaviors. You need to show interest for the things you're doing. You need to show commitment to the things that you're doing. You need to be putting the time, the effort, the sweat, the tears, and the blood, all of it. Because sometimes we forget that we have these goals and we have these time frames against these goals, and we understand the beliefs that we need to embrace and the fears we need to remove, and the habits and routines we need to create. But we don't have the right behaviors. We do not behave the way we should behave to achieve this future goal. So an example of this could be that you will like to launch, you would like to understand whether you left your corporate job or you quit your job, right? So many thousands of people that are in the situation. And you don't know if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to go into a new job, whether you want to change careers, or whether you want to do something different, like being an NFT creator, or actually be a content creator on TikTok or YouTube, whatever it is, right? So in that process, if you don't behave in a certain way, would be like, I would behave in, I will look for information. That's a behavior. I would communicate and network and talk to people, and I will behave in a certain way, so I can therefore understand which path is the right one for me. But I need to behave in a certain way. I need to act and commit and engage, even at an energetic level and an emotional level and a behavioral level, towards this goal. And so these 4 questions are going to be really, really important for you to determine whether that thing that you don't know how to still make it happen, it is a possibility. And we don't have all of the answers when we want to create a new goal or a new path in our lives. When we want to redesign any aspect of our lives, we need to be very, very clear. What does that look like? What do I want to achieve? What are those beliefs that are holding me back? What are the beliefs, the mindsets that I need to adapt? And therefore, what are the perspectives and behaviors? So that is what I wanted to share with you. So as I mentioned, these 4 questions will ultimately address and support you in the clarity process that you need to get from where you are to where you want to be. And you can do this in a matter of 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Grab your favorite beverage, sit down and just journal it. Just write it down. See what comes through. Do not overthink it. This is not a test. You don't need to pass or fail. This is just for you to do. And your answers might be very different, but different moments in your life. If you do this right now, if you do this in 6 months, but do it right now, especially if you're stuck, especially if you want to get the clarity that you need, especially if you're thinking that, oh my gosh, there is something that needs changing in my life. I don't want to be right now where I'm at, and something is changing. So that is it from me to you, my love, and I hope you found this useful. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do so, because we're going to be putting more content. I'm doing my best to also putting more than one video per week, but because this month is a bit hectic, I'm moving. I am doing several trainings for myself, as I was mentioning earlier. I might not achieve that goal this month. I'm pretty clear on that, but June, maybe yes. So that is it from me. And as I always wrap up my videos, remember that the path ahead is the way it needs to be for a reason. Don't be discouraged, because you are the light needed right here and right now. I love you lots. Thank you so much for watching this, and let me know in the comments, what are the answers to these questions? What are the things that you want to achieve, and what are the answers that you came up with? I love you lots. Take care. Bye bye.